After you hear this particular segment on the data centers, you're going to come back and say, man, I need to get storable food, Dave. Where do I go? You go to My Patriot Supply, and when you get there is go to preparewithdave.com. 25-year shelf life, lots of specials, great tasting food. You can live on this, a lot of variety. It's healthy, no GMOs, 2,000 calories per day because you're eating to stay alive, not to lose weight. All you got to do to get all this is go to preparewithdave.com. That's preparewithdave.com. Okay, let's take a look at a situation here involving water and the looming food shortages. Data centers, they're saying, and Trump said this the other day, he's wrong. And I know he's getting away with saying it on a technicality with some of the centers, but not most. He said that the data centers don't pull from water sources. That's wrong. We're having here in Arizona depletion of our water table. That's also going on in Arkansas, where the farmers can't get the water they need to do their job. It's a crisis there. Of course, you're not seeing a word about that on the technocratically controlled Fox News Kool-Aid drinking network, are you? But it's out there, folks, because the people are out there in social media talking about what's happened to their farms. Well, we're going to go through a water crisis right here in Arizona. Same thing. It's going on all over the country right now. Water is being now. Here's what Trump said. He said, and they use their own water. That's not right. They don't. They claim they don't pull from the water, and they put the water back. They put the water back in the form of released steam. It's not usable, and it's also not treated. And it's also, if they did put the water back, you couldn't drink it, you couldn't bathe in it, you couldn't cook in it. It's useless because it's so polluted. So this crap about they don't affect the water supply, that's absolutely a lie. At the Georgia Blackstone Data Center, okay, they basically have stolen 40 million gallons. Oh, excuse me. They were appropriated by the local government that sold their citizens out 40 million gallons of free water. 40 million gallons. Now, presently in 2026, there are 5,500 existing data centers. Okay, and I just gave you the amount they use 450 million gallons per day. But listen to these projections. In the next 4 years, by 2030, 16,000 new data centers are going to be built. They're putting $5.5 trillion investment in it. So they got to get some money somewhere because that's expensive. So they got to get the free land. They steal that. We told you about that in the last segment. And they got to go after your water. And they're also using your electricity and jacking their rates up. My rates here in Arizona went up 17% this year. Thank you very much, APS, Arizona Public Service. We lovingly call Arizona people stealing from us. 4,500 gallons a day. Now, if this goes up by a factor of three, okay, then we're looking at 1,200 or 1,250 million gallons of water per day. So this is going to be a growing problem coming to a neighborhood near you. Now, there's more. Farmland. And I told you guys that this was a problem. Kill switches on cars. Well, they're also going to come on the new tractors. So if the government wants you off your property, they don't want you to farm food, kill switch. Oh, sorry, must be a malfunction. We'll get to it in about 3 months. They can affect the food supply with the kill switches. And they already got John Deere selling these spare parts at such exorbitant costs. Farmers are having a hard time staying in business, and they're being prevented from using other parts, repairing their own tractors. They got to go to expensive data centers to do this. This is terrible what's happening to farmers. But the kill switches can kill farm equipment and basically stop food production. Do you remember the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab? And he got up and he said, I think it was what, 2020? Besides saying you'll own nothing and love it, he went on to say, well, you're not going to be able to eat meat, and we're going to control the diet, and you'll eat bugs and plastic meat, and you'll love it. So what are farmers going to be forced to do? Well, first of all, a lot of farmers are losing their property rights to these data centers, and that's going to grow. But those who manage to hang on, but they can't farm for various reasons, they're going to have to sell their land. And where will they go? Well, I gave a presentation at Clay Clark seminar, the Trump kids were there and notable. Scotty Sachs was there and a lot of famous people, really cool people. I gave a talk on 15-minute cities. And I had a pretty good idea how it was going to be organized and what life's going to be like daily. But what I did not know for sure was how were they going to get us there? I thought pandemic, I thought a war. I didn't know. I was up in the air. And I mentioned that. I said, I'm not really sure about the methodology that'll appear. Or I think we're looking here a lot of how this is going to happen. And then you go to the 15-minute cities. And that's something I'm going to deal with separately. Now, let me give you some relevant scripture on this, okay? And let me just make sure we're on the same page with this. Leviticus 25:23. The land must not be sold permanently because the land is mine and you reside in my land as foreigners and strangers. That's the Lord speaking. Do you hear that, Peter Thiel? Do you hear that, Carp, CEO of Palantir? Do you hear that, all the rest of you technocrats? It says right here, the land is mine. I think that's really, really clear. And then there's one other thing here that we look at here. Hosea chapter 4, verses 1 through 3 says, the land mourns and all who live in it waste away. That pretty well describes what's happening and what's coming. Water and land are ultimately God's. When the basic resources for life, water and food production, are strained for technological expansion, it challenges our call to care for creation and people. This is against the Bible. In other words, it's a sin, it's satanic. And what these people are doing is satanic, plain and simple. I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show, and we will see you back here again next time.